Hello, everybody. Spidey here once again. Working Class Nobody Zine, of course, here being joined by the elite singer of Plan 9, the Misfits
Bass
Tribute band,
player.
my man. Bass player, yes, sir. My apologies. But my man, dude, how are you, brother? How you doing today?
Good. Just getting all shit ready to head out tomorrow morning
Yeah, and I
up
was
to
going to ask
Austin.
you, because you guys are in Cali. I mean, you guys are going to be
Yeah,
flying.
San Francisco. Yeah.
Yeah. What time are you guys looking to fly out?
We leave here at 11, so we get there at 5:20 in the afternoon. So we're probably just gonna check in the hotel and just fuck off for a while. The singer and the guitar player are already there. They got there this morning because they wanted to go see the Texas Chainsaw stuff, which
Oh,
I've seen a million times. I don't need to see it a million
oh
in one
yeah,
time.
yeah. They went out to the bass shop, right?
Yeah, probably.
No, for sure, man. And then I was gonna ask you too. I mean, with years and years of being in this band, bro. I mean, you guys. I'm sure you guys have traveled. So Texas. I mean, is this like a
It's the
like a
first time
annual
for this
event?
band. My other band, Hellbillies, is gone, all over the place. We played Austin and Houston.
Okay. What about San Antonio, man? You guys ever been to
Have
San Antonio?
not my other band, my first band, Christ on Parade, was a hardcore band. We did a reunion tour. We played Dallas, San Antonio, Houston. Yeah, we were gonna do
Damn.
El Paso, but that didn't pan out. So
No, you see, in El Paso, I think. I mean, if you guys were driving, that's like an 8-hour
we're
drive,
not.
bro.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna do another. We've been trying to do a tour, and it's just been it's fuck, man. It's like we don't have a booker right now, so I've been trying to do everything DIY. So I'm trying to get numbers and stuff for people. So what we've been doing lately, like we have a no compete clause. We can't play anywhere else in Texas on this trip. But what we try to do is fly into an area, have an opening band, and we just use their gear and drive. Do like a week's worth of shows, fly back. In Cincinnati, we're playing the Horror Hound convention in September.
Yeah.
Um, they're flying us out for that. So we were trying to find like a Cincinnati or Detroit band who wants to jam with us, and then we can just caravan with them. Just use their gear and stuff, and just caravan with them. So we're still
And
working
I,
on that, but we're are going to come back to Texas. I get shit tons of emails and messages from Texas. I was like, dude, this is the only show we're going to be able to do on this pop around. So
and I was gonna say too, because I mean, I've been involved in the indie music scene for years. I mean, since like the late '80s, early '90s, man. And I mean, back then, I mean, of course, if they booked in Texas, they were like, man, we might as well hit as many cities as we can while we're here, because
yeah, well, that's kind of what we did. And the guy was, yeah, we have no compete clause because he wants us just to come out for there because he said after he announced this, he had a lot of hits about it from all over. They played anywhere else? They played anywhere else? Like, nope. So we're gonna try to do something out there, like maybe what is it, March? Maybe like towards the end of summer, come out and do like Albuquerque, do El Paso, do Texas, and maybe go up to Oklahoma, then shoot back across. Because the way it all works, we can only take off like a week, 2 weeks at a time. That's why I like flying into somewhere like on a Wednesday, play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, fly back Sunday. And that way you hit, play 3 shows. So you do little markets like that. It's how we've been doing it. We did it with the Hellbillies, flew out to Chicago, played all around. So fly to East Coast, do that.
you see, and something like that. I mean, of course, like you said, it's got to be like one show per night. So, I mean, when would you guys sleep? Like on the road?
Yeah, yeah, done it before.
Yeah, no, for
Toured
sure,
Europe like
man.
that a few times.
I used to follow certain bands. I mean, back when I had my zine actually way back in the early '90s, man. And I used to, a few bands I would follow, like from Houston. We go to Dallas or Corpus, and then but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, man. I mean, partying, or not partying all the time, but yeah, partying and then going from place to place, and going out there and rocking, man. I mean, with years of doing this, man. I mean, have you slowed down? Let me ask you that.
Well, we've been doing this since '97. So it's weird. We started out and then we put out an album, went to Europe, toured Europe a couple times and came back. And then, pandemic killed it. Like
Yeah,
we did nothing from 2020 till late 2022 is when we started playing again. And then we had another upswing. It was just weird. It's like we were playing our normal shows, play LA, play around here and stuff. And then just all of a sudden, our Facebook went from like it was like 3,200. Within a month, we had 6,000. Then it went up to 10,000. Then it went up to 15,000. Just kept, and I didn't do anything different. Just people, I guess the algorithm, people just caught on to us because there's bands who've been covering our music and recording it. I see it on YouTube every once in a while, and I get, and that's why I was like, wow, people are covering our songs. I go, it's bizarre. Like Blood and War of the Worlds and Man-Made Monster have been covered. There's a band down in Texas called the Horrifics who were, I think 2018 or 19 recorded Blood. And I was just like, I go, hey, that's our song. I was like, who the fuck is this? So it's kind of weird that people are covering our stuff because we put out an album on a European label. So we went out and promoted it in Europe. Nobody in Europe knew we were a Misfits tribute band. They just thought we were a band that looked like the Misfits, kind of like 69 Eyes when they first started. They kind of looked Misfitsy. So people just only knew us from our albums. We played our first show in Hamburg, and we're playing Misfits. We throw a couple other people just like, oh, what the fuck are you playing Misfits songs for? And the promoter guy's like, hey man, why don't you play more of your stuff? I'm like, nobody wants to hear that. That's all anybody here knows of you guys. I'm like, what? And so then we had to learn the album again, and then we had like 2 days. So we started playing the album and then like a Misfits medley, and it kind of made sense for people. But it was weird to go somewhere and people had no idea we were a Misfits tribute band. There's like, oh, a band looks like the Misfits. Like Japan, there's bands who look like Balzac used to just be a Misfits tribute band, dressed like Misfits, play Misfits songs, and they mutated into their own thing. That's kind of the idea I had. I always write some songs. When Hellbillies, I have a psychobilly band called Hellbillies, been around. We go to Europe, we go on tour. The same road manager guy goes, every time you guys play, people ask for Plan 9 merch. He's like, what the fuck is Plan 9? Oh, it's my other band, kind of. So I back in MySpace days. Oh, here's our MySpace page and stuff. Yeah. He's like, you guys got original music? And we did, and I just lied. I go, oh, yeah, we got tons of original music. Oh, okay. You want to do an album? I was like, okay. So I flew back at the end of the tour and told, hey, we got a record deal because we don't have originals. I go, we're going to have to write some. So me and a drummer went to my bedroom on a weekend. And we wrote the entire album in my bedroom. And then our guitar player had a couple songs, put those in, and we had an album. And we just tightened it up, and we recorded it within like 4 months. Damn. And 8 Hits from Hell was born.
Man, and with something like that, let me ask you this, because when it comes to you, I mean, when did all this start for you? I mean, when did you first pick up a bass, or was it a bass that you picked up in the beginning?
Yeah, I sang in Christ on Parade, sang in Hellboys, but my first band was called Crib Death. It was it was an Oakland punk band, and we just started a band. It's back in like 81, I guess, playing punk rock, and it was like me and my girlfriend at the time. She sang, I played bass, and then the guitar player and his girlfriend. No, I played drums. Sorry, I started out playing drums with that band. That band broke up, and then I went to play Teenage Warning. And then I learned to play bass for that band. Damn. That band was around 2 years. Joined Christ on Parade because I didn't want to play bass anymore, so sang with them. And then I left that band, moved to Japan for a while, came back, and I was like, oh, I want to do something like psychobilly. So I started Hellbillies. I was like, okay, I'm singing again. And then about it was 97, Halloween was coming up, and we used to busk out at Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco. I'd play stand-up bass. We had a guitar player and a drummer, and we'd play rockabilly hits, and then we'd play like, Misfits and Judas Priest, just whatever we can play. And then I go, dude, man, Halloween's coming up. Let's do Misfits songs. Okay. So my friend worked at San Francisco Weekly, which is kind of like LA Weekly. I don't know if you have a weekly sort of thing out there. And he gave me a quarter page. So I did like a Walk Among Us album set with us in it, and played I Misfits Tribute. So we play, it was sold out. And then the booker, like that sold out show was weird because there was James Hetfield there.
Yeah.
There was Les Claypool from Primus, Jim Martin from Faith No More, and Kirk Hammett. They were all there because they're like, oh, nothing to do time. So we're like up there. I was playing a stand-up bass, and we looked like hillbilly misfits, and nobody got what we were doing. And they're like, oh, right on. So we did that a couple times. We sold out that night, and the lady goes, hey, you want to play again? I was like, I guess we did it again. And then we had a different lineup then. I was the only person left in the band. So we ended up playing one more show with that lineup, doing a rockabilly thing. So the singer quit. We got another singer. I went to electric bass and we started doing the Misfits thing. That was about 98 is when we started doing just the Misfits, and then just kind of spiraled, started making it more and more and more and more accurate as we went and stuff. So, and then just kind of had a life of its own, and yeah, it just kind of blew up. We went from playing like Gilman and little punk rock shows, like headlining the House of Blues and the Troubadour, the Whiskey, and all these places, and just it was bizarre. Like we had, like, who the fuck wants to see us do it? Misfits. Apparently, we did it right. We played for VH1 when they used to do rock. It's a rock channel. They got a hold of me and wanted us to do their year-end big bash. And so it was like, it's weird to go to Hollywood. It was a private event. It was Degeneration played, and we played. Damn. And it was like Danzig in the audience, Rob Zombie, Jack Osborne. I think one of the Motley Crue guy. It was just bizarre. We're just playing, right? I'm like, weird. And there's a little clip. So VH1 went around and doing that Monsters of Rock or Gods of Rock, whatever that weird. They did a couple of specials. So the guy goes, "Hey, so what do you think of Plan 9?" He goes, "Oh, fucking Plan 9. We're really fucking good. Really fucking good." And so that clip, they bleeped out the fucking part, but it went on VH1. So I recorded it, made a little gif of him going, "Pretty fucking good, pretty fucking good." And we played for Danzig another time, about 2000, 2001. And it was when he was doing the Danzig Samhain tour. So they're playing the night after us. So we played this show, and all of Samhain and all of Danzig came to see us, and people in the doorman's, "Dude, Danzig and his band's here." I went, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, they're right there." And I looked out and there's Danzig. I'm like, "Fuck." So we play that show. Damn. And the guy Mario, who runs the Seventh House website, was on tour with Danzig. So he wrote on his blog, "Oh, fuck, Danzig loved Plan 9, man." And we are following Danzig on that tour. Like, they played Eugene, then the next weekend we played Eugene. They played Portland, next weekend we did. Just by accident. It was just by accident.
Okay. I thought you guys did that on purpose.
No, it just because they rearranged their tour, and all of a sudden they're doing all these West Coast things. We literally played weekend, and each show we played got bigger and bigger. Fucking Danzig loves you guys. And like Jerry Only's on our first album. So it's just kind of, because I've known Jerry and Danzig since 81, 82. And so it's just, Dude, my headstock on my bass is from Jerry. He gave me the template, the Earth AD template, and that template. So I just cut it out.
Damn, and that was it, huh?
Yeah, and they never hassled us. They all liked what we were doing because we're only doing Danzig era. So Danzig liked it. We don't do Michael Graves anything. And Jerry's always been cool about it. He's like, "Oh, fuck, man, cool, man, cool." I was like, "All right, man."
Man, I got this one story, man. I mean, for me, I started skateboarding like back in elementary, right? Like early 80s.
As we all did.
What's that?
I said, as we all did.
Oh, yeah. But for me, like I started hanging out with like actual skaters, right? And one day they were like, I was like 15. And they were like, "Hey, man, we're going to go to this show, man. Like, it's by downtown. You want to go?" And I mean, I was a 15-year-old kid, man. Like, I was like, "Yeah, So we skateboarded. We caught the bus and we skateboarded the rest of the way. We get there and they're like, "Hey, you can't bring your skateboards in here." So we have to go ditch them by this alley. But we go in there and then I'm scared out of my wits, bro. Yeah, like big old freaking menacing looking, punk rockers and big old skinheads, dude. And it was just like, and so the whole show we're there like the whole night, and everybody's getting beat up and getting in fights, and we're here trying to like hide from everybody. But I didn't know till like months later that this is the actual flyer. It's a copy of the original flyer. But look who was playing that night, bro.
Yeah, I saw them on that tour. Actually, they played. I saw them in San Francisco. Then we went to Santa Cruz. I saw them in Fresno or Bakersfield. I forgot what the other one was.
Yeah, and like the thing with me, like I heard the band, I heard Samhain. I had no idea. I mean, half the night I was trying to dodge fists because people were like fighting and just throwing stuff, and so it wasn't until like months later, like my buddy was like, "Yeah, dude, that was a band," and so I started listening to Samhain, and then it wasn't until like months after that I got turned on to the Misfits, and I had no idea it was the same singer. Like I had no clue. Like I was just listening to the Misfits, and so I listened to them backwards. So I was a fan of Samhain first, and then the Misfits hit me like in True, like 89, 88, 89, and after that, I just, fell in love with them, man. But the
The
music,
first time I heard them was the Halloween 7-inch,
damn,
and in Berkeley at that time had a lot of like indie record store, so I went and got it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this is it, man! This is my jam." But it was weird because Misfits came to San Francisco a bunch of times, but this one time they played the Elite Club. People were throwing full beers. You got to remember Doyle at that time was like 16, and they're throwing full beer because like when punk went to hardcore, then everything had to be political. Like everything's political. You don't play political shit. You're just shit. Yeah. So people kept yelling, WWF to them and all this bullshit. I don't know why, because they played there like less than a year earlier. Nobody said shit, but punk got really, really political at that time. And people thought they were just stupid if you didn't sing political songs, and you were kind of like, oh, you're not punk. And anyway, so people started throwing full beers at him, right? And I'm kind of here's like Doyle and then Jerry and Jerry. I'm kind of between where Doyle is and where Dan. I'm kind of in the middle, and I'm like a person behind. And there's this people throwing beers like over my shoulder, flinging them at him. I'm like, what the fuck's throwing shit? So one guy flung a full beer, hit Doyle, glanced off his head. He took his face or the guitar and went bam.
Oh,
but he hit the wrong guy, right? So people are just like fucking live. And all night people were unplugging their gear and shit because they're just assholes to him. So that night, and the show ended, they went upstairs, and it was getting really gnarly there, man. I was like, what the fuck? Right. So we left. And then I talked to Jerry. He's like, when that tour ended, I go, what the fuck happened? He said, because the Elite Club was like a dressing room at the top and has a balcony that goes all the way around.
Yeah.
And there's one little stairwell that goes into that dressing room, kind of green room area. Okay. And they're like, dude, we're going to each stand at the doorway. We can hit them one at a time as they come up, because there's like 4 of them. They take turns popping people as they came up. And nobody ever came up, but they ended up going out the back window.
Yeah.
And, they ended up getting out of there. But I was like, and then, I had Devil Lock still and all that. And I'd go around Berkeley, man. People fucking, like when I did Christ on Parade, which is a super political band, I still had fucking Devil Lock. I was like, I don't give a fuck. And I go, they never claimed to be a political band. What do you guys fucking care?
Yeah.
And, and I got heat for liking the Misfits from like 82 till probably 86, because they were passe. And during that time is when, Sam Hain came about. But it's just Berkeley, man. Berkeley punks, poof, Misfits. And it was funny because last year we played a show in Berkeley, and I was wearing a Doyle shirt, from Doyle's band. And some dude who's probably my age, maybe a year older than me, comes up and goes, fucking those motherfuckers hit Tim. Fucking hit Tim, man. Fuck those guys. I go, were you there? He goes, yeah, I was there. Where were you? I was blah, blah. I go, I was right there in front of Doyle. I saw what happened. I said, he hit Tim by accident. I said, everyone yelled, wrong guy. I said, I know who fucking hit him. Vince hit him. This guy, Berkeley punk dude, Vince. I go, Vince is the one who hit him. I go, that fucker should know. I go, dude, he's 16. The people throwing beers at him in their late 20s.
Yeah.
I go, if somebody did that to you in 16, would you act any different? No. And people don't understand that he was a fucking high school kid. And they're throwing full beers at him, right? And that dude's coming up, giving me a rash of shit. He's the, fucking haggard dude. I go, and I said, I was fucking right there. Hey, fuck you, man, fuck the Misfits. I go, okay. And I walked away, and he kept coming up to me drunk. I go, dude, get the fuck away from me, right?
Years later, huh? He's still at it, man.
Yeah, still salty about it. Anyway, so fast forward a month, we play at the Ivy Room again, the same club I was at, and he's there. And I go, hey, I thought you didn't like the Misfits. Yeah, fuck those guys. I go, what are you doing here? Fuck them. Fuck those guys. Then what are you doing here? I'm here to support my friends. And then he's up to like this the whole time. He didn't realize it was me because I had my pomp.
Yeah.
And he didn't know who I was. And that's how I targeted him and started hassling about it. I go, what the fuck are you here for? I thought you didn't like the Misfits. Fuck the bullshit. And he's like singing along. I go,
man. It was the best probably motivator, man.
Yeah, he's just a drunk
idiot. Yeah, no, really, man. And because even here, we had a lot of good clubs come up and go, man, and seeing a lot of bands. I know throughout the years, I always tell people, back when, like Rancid came through here, we paid like $5 to go see him. Back
who
Rancid?
Oh, I thought you said Rodis, the band from
No, Rancid.
Yeah, we used to Hellbillies. We shared our practice space. We practiced with those guys.
Oh no,
some of those guys, we all kind of grew up together. And we shared a practice space. We'd practice and they'd come in, so we'd just sit there and hang out with them and stuff. But yeah, it was bizarre seeing that band just go. Poof. Same with the AFI.
Yeah.
Davey and Jeff were just like a little, Telegraph Avenue, Berkeley punk kids, and they started band. Oh, cool. So like 3 or 4 of their first shows were opening for us. I go, dude, play with us, play with us. If you look on the back of the first or second AFI 7, she's wearing our shirt.
Yeah.
Both of them were. I was like, yeah, okay. And I always
Man.
joke, well, if you guys get popular, man, let us open for you.
Yeah,
Never
no kidding. Return the favor, man.
Never happened.
No, shoot. Yeah. And let me ask you, you said you lived in Japan. I mean, what was why the move? What you end up doing out there?
Just wanted to get out of here, and I've always been into like Japanese, monsters and superheroes and shit. So
Oh yeah.
I was just like, fuck it. I just went, and a friend lived there and helped me get a job there. So I got a job there, and I was doing like Ultraman and Power Ranger type stuff. I got a job with a friend's brother doing that on stage, like doing a live Ultraman show on stage and like a live Power Ranger type show in Japan. So I did that for almost 2 years, and then I just bopped around doing shit. I was going to start a band there, and it just kind of didn't pan out. But I went from there to Hong Kong, went back to Japan, then back here, and started Hellbillies. And
Damn. When you were trying to start a band, I mean, were you trying to be on vocals or were you sticking with bass?
I was probably going to sing because Japan at that time was really into American hardcore bands,
Yeah.
and my band was Christ and Pray was real popular there. And like three magazines interviewed when they found out I was there. I went to a record store, and the guy who runs a record store also does this magazine called Doll Magazine. So I went to an interview, and so I did the interview, and I said, yeah, I kind of want to start a band here, and he started hooking me up with people to play in the band, but nobody. Japan is weird. They kind of like Xerox machines. Like if they like the Damned, they want to do a band looks like the Damned, sounds like the Damned, but doing originals. But they steal the looks. That's just kind of the culture there. And the guys I was hooking up with wanted to do like skate rock, but not hardcore skate rock. Kind of like this weird like rock and roll thing. And because I worked at Thrasher before I moved to Japan, I worked at Thrasher for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And they all thought, since I worked at Thrasher, I want to do skate rock. It's a band called Rose Rose. And they ended up playing, I think they still play, but I didn't want to do it. I was like, I don't want to do skate rock, man. I want to do something like darker and heavier. They're all dressed skateboard and all this shit. I was like, dude, it's not my scene, man. I don't want to do it. And I tried hooking up. This one guy played metal, but he also liked punk. So I had a guitar player, and then had a drummer, and he wanted to do more like ska. It was too much, and nobody wanted to commit to one idea.
Yeah.
There's like 2 of us, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. So
damn, man.
And then I went to Hong Kong, and then that just didn't, there's no music scene in Hong Kong at all. So I came back, and I went back to Japan, and nobody's like, I'm playing in a funk band now. I was like, oh yeah, from fucking heavy dark punk to doing that.
Man, and let me ask you, because of course, I mean, throughout the years, I mean, what kind of music did you grow up listening to?
First band I got into was the Who, then Kiss, and Ramones, basically in that order. Because my older brother, he was like super into music, so like he brought home the first Ramones record when he came out, and I remember looking at it, what the fuck is this? Because it's like the first Kiss album. If you've never heard Kiss before, at least back then, you hear Kiss, like, oh, it's so raw, and like, oh, what the fuck? They don't play very good. Oh, this is weird, because it wasn't polished rock. It was like very raw. And but I used to get heat for liking Kiss at school all the time. Fucking fags, fucking do this and that and this and that. And then when Destroyer came out, Beth played on radio, everyone's like, hey, I like that Kiss band. Now that's when I kind of started going, ugh. And then Ramones, my brother brought home Ramones, so I started listening to that kind of earlier. And I was listening to Richard Hell and Jane County and a lot of the New York punk bands and the Zeros from LA. Because we lived, Fab Mab was here, saw the Avengers and Negative Trend, Crime, and a lot of early, late 70s bands. So I kind of started listening to punk back when it was really early, late 70s days. So I luckily got into that. So I was listening to, like Ramones and stuff like that, and like Kiss and the Who, and just things, Ted Nugent at that time, was the shit. just
We
it's
got
our
our first
drummer. I know
caller.
it's our drummer,
Oh,
but because we're flying out together tomorrow. But yeah, so I just listened to because skateboarding at that time, everyone listened to Nugent, Kiss, Ramones,
yeah,
Devo, stuff like that. That's just what everybody listened to.
yeah.
It skated. It was more kind of like weird shit. So it's kind of what I got into, and then just mutated when I heard the Misfits. Everything changed. I started listening to
No,
Specimen.
definitely.
Well, I listened to Specimen before, but like Bauhaus and like goth and
Yeah,
metal and stuff. Just kind of
that
little
post
American, kind of
punk.
like this, like 5 different directions. But yeah.
No. Well, let me ask you this, man. What would somebody be surprised that you listen to? What band or what music? I mean, if like whatever you've been playing like all sorts and you have your influence, but is there a band out there that people
Uh,
surprised?
trying to think. I think mostly everything I listened to. I started listening to like some Japanese rock,
Okay.
like um, saw Baby Metal a few times, but that's more like J rocky stuff. I guess Baby Metal is probably the only thing I can think of that's not what everybody else kind of punk. Like a lot of rockabilly, like 50s stuff,
Yeah.
which is and that kind of goes with everybody listens to punk, also listens to Gene Vincent stuff like that. But
Oh yeah.
I guess Baby Metal is the only thing I can think of.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
off key, from what everybody else listens to.
No, definitely, man. Now let me ask you. I mean, because of course, like you said, I mean, it kind of evolved into being a Misfits tribute band in the beginning. But when you guys play, especially for Hellbillies, I mean, was there something that you were always like, you know what, I want to keep going back to doing Misfit covers, or when you were doing
No,
the
I
other
mean
band?
Hellbillies just a band I started because when I got back from Japan. Because like Japan, the scene there is like everyone's very close knit. Like
Yeah.
I started going to rockabilly shows there, but everyone's like so cool. They all, oh, you're from America, and we start talking and stuff. And just the scene was so cool. Everyone was so nice to each other. It's like a little scene. You go to the punk scene, everybody knew each other. Oh, so cool. So I saw Stalin and Ghoul and Gizm and stuff, and everyone's just like, I miss that. You see a punk, oh, punk, and you go talk to them because you didn't see
Yeah.
another punk in your town. So it was like that. They'd see me walk, oh, hey, and they come up to me. And there was a club called Sabaki House, which was a weird club. Like one night it's metal, one night it's called London Night, where they play, British punk and new wave and goth. And then there's rock and roll night, which was like, Motley Crue and stuff like that. And then there was like hip hop night. Well, it wasn't hip hop then. It was called whatever, soul night. And then one was like house music. And each night was a separate thing, right? So, and I didn't know there. I thought the club was the same every night because I didn't know. Frank goes, "Oh, let's go to London night. You'll like that music." So I went there and started meeting all these people. And I'm like, "Oh, this is great." And so I went. I was like, it was because that was on Tuesday nights. Rock night was Monday, and I went on a Wednesday, which I think it was like something house music or soul or something like that. So fucking hair up, and I walk in. The guy's all like, "Oh," I go, "What?" He goes, "Wrong night." And I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Wrong night." He goes, "Tuesday night, right night." I went, "Oh." And so he hands me a flyer, and I'm walking downstairs. And I went, "Oh," and I had no idea. So I started going to all the other nights. Like, oh, I went to the rock night, the metal, the rock metal night. I went to and they had rockabilly night on Sunday. So I ended up going to all of them. And it was
Yeah.
just fun. It's weird because it's a checkered floor, black and white checkered floor. On the metal night, all the guys stand only on the black squares. The girls stand only on the white squares, and they headbang to the DJ.
Oh shit.
It's like it'll be like it's like a Judas Priest song. So just the guys go, they all stand on just the black square. I was like, what the hell are these guys doing? It's like the weirdest thing. And then to be like a vixen at play or something like that. Then the girls be on the white squares, and it's weird like that. So I kind of had to get accustomed to that kind of oddball stuff.
No, there was a club here back in the day, man, called the DMZ DMZ Club or Club DMZ, but it was the same thing. Like they would have like rocker night. They'd have and same thing happened. Like we showed up one day and we're all
Wrong.
skated out and we get there and it's all these metalheads just freaking mad dogging us and we're like, oh shit, dude, like yeah, we gotta go, man. Like it was just it was like one of those things. I mean, back when we used to. I think it was until like 90, 91 for me that people kind of started like going to, like we used to go to like metal shows and we used to go to, just it wasn't like it was like in the, I guess, like mid 80s, late 80s, because I mean, before it was kind of like everybody had their own scene, everybody did their own thing. And, after a while, it was just like, man, we just started going wherever, good music.
Yeah. It's weird, man. It's just music changes, clubs change. San Francisco used to be like the hub for bands. Like there'd be clubs everywhere, and just pandemic just went. So it's just now starting to get more clubs. This place was a desert for a while. And LA used to be like we'd go to LA and headline huge places. Pandemic came, all those all the bookers like, hey, I need a real job now, and just never's been the same since then. And the only thing you play now is like weird little like Mexican punk shows, which are
Yeah,
fun, but it's you don't make no money at it. And driving down to LA,
get
to
paid in
make
beer.
$300 is like, what's the point?
Yeah, no,
I
no, for
love
sure,
playing LA.
man.
It's always fun, but man, it's yeah.
Man, let me ask you, because earlier you mentioned the 7 inch from the Misfits. Now, when it comes to physical media, like vinyl, or what's one piece that you've kept throughout these years, man?
All the Misfits 7 inches,
Oh, hell yeah,
the
dude.
original Ramones first album, all the '70s Kiss albums, New York Dolls 7 inch, all
Damn.
like the '70s punk stuff that I got and flyers and just junk from that time. And I used to have about 2,000 records. I pared it down. I sold a lot of them, just the stuff I actually really, really
Yeah.
liked.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, I would just have just stacks of records everywhere doing nobody any good.
Collecting
So
dust.
yeah, so I'm never going to play these again. So I just kept just the ones that I played a lot. So
Yeah. Damn, dude. And
it
how?
meant
I
something to
mean,
me when I was younger.
because there wasn't that many. I mean, after you started like winding down, but I mean, how did you keep them from getting broken, man? I mean, because I know throughout the
Kept them in
years I've lost a few,
boxes.
man. Yeah.
I never displayed them. I kept them all in boxes. I mean, I have a huge Misfits collection, and when I lived in another place, I had had all the 7 inches and all the records displayed in flyers and posters. I have a bunch of weird. Jared gave me so much stuff like store display for Walk Among Us and just all this junk, and I had it
Damn.
all displayed and stuff. And then when I moved, I was like, I don't have room for it anymore. So everything's boxes, all posters are rolled up in tubes and stuff. But
Wow.
that store displays, about 3 foot by 3 foot square, and I go, Jerry, I want that. Oh, yeah, man, oh man, something like that. And I ended up with it. So, and I saw some guy selling one on somewhere, one of the groups for $300. I was like, wow. But his was mashed up, like
Yeah.
corners were all bent. Mine was like perfect. And
I
it's
was
still
gonna
in
say too,
cardboard. It's still in
man.
cardboard mailer that they send out to the stores. So it's
Damn, dude. Hell
yeah,
yeah, bro.
damn perfect.
No, and I was gonna say, what would you price that at? But I mean, stuff like that is priceless, man. Because you can
No, you
literally
just have
get
to.
up to.
I'd have to put on eBay and just let people bid it up, or I mean, you never see something like that pop up for sale. So there's
No.
no way, you just put a number, you think, oh, it's probably worth this.
Yeah.
And then somebody buys it, they buy it. But, I have no idea. I have all the 7 inches, every
Damn. I had a
one.
buddy of mine
And
that had a few of them, and it was just I don't know if he still has them, but yeah, bro, those are freaking gems
I,
for sure.
I bought the original She 7 inch from a record store in, what was it, Bakersfield or Fresno for $14. Now the
Damn.
thing's worth hundreds.
Yeah.
And guys are like, yeah, it looks like some sort of weird. He didn't know what it was. He's like, it looks like a new wave band. I go, because he originally wanted 25. Why you have Pray 5? Well, it's kind of old. And he's like, well, how about 17? I go, how about 14? I was going to go at 15. He's like, oh, okay. And he gave it to me. Like, all right. And he had when Dynasty Kiss came out, before it came out, they had this weird poster they sent to stores prior to it.
Yeah.
And the one I got was all signed by all four guys. And he had on his wall, hey, you want to sell the Kiss poster? Oh, I don't want to sell a Kiss poster, man. $30? Okay.
Damn.
I started going through his entire store finding things, found little figures and stuff that I wanted. I just started going through his store because the guy was kind of like a stoner.
Yeah.
And you can tell he really didn't want to be there at that store because I think it's somebody else's store. And I just started, I didn't find anything super great. Those are the first two things. But at that time, the She 7 inch was probably like $80 if you found it somewhere. But, $14, and it's in, pretty good shape. The record's been played, but the sleeve and all that's still in good shape. And that's usually what costs the most.
No, for sure, man. I know when I had started my zine in the early '90s, like I started just like music distribution. I used to get record labels that used to send me vinyl, 7 inch, and I'd sell them. I sell them out of trunk. I go to shows and sell
Yeah.
them. I mean, I had already started collecting vinyl, but that was like where most of my collection came, because every time I would keep one from each, and then I would sell the rest and get their money, send them their money order back when.
Mhm.
But dude, I mean, I had like 5 record labels at one time just sending me stuff, man, and that was God sent, dude. I was like, hell yeah, dude. But I mean, not
As it
earlier
should be.
stuff, I had a couple of cool pieces, but I mean, everything was mostly like late '80s and '90s, though.
Yeah, I have too much junk. I have a storage locker that's just packed full of stuff. I have like a huge horror movie prop collection and stuff, and I have nowhere to display it anymore since everything's
Damn,
kind of.
bro. We'll talk after this, man. I don't know if you're selling, but I'm buying. I know
Uh, the
I've
only
got
thing
a
I'm
couple
actually
of
actively selling right now is a Revenge of the Creature mask pulled out of the movie mold. Well, it's a copy of one out of the movie mold, so it's still big.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of that. I got an Amy from Fright Night that I'm trying to get rid of, and I got stuff to get rid of.
Damn. And I mean, do you normally post this on eBay, or just post them on Facebook groups?
Facebook, eBay, man. By the time you get feed,
Oh yeah.
you sell some for $100, you're making 70 because they take
Yeah.
30 in fees, so it's not worth it.
No, no. I know
Not worth
when
any
you're
money.
talking about putting stuff for bid. I know for a while I was reselling vintage toys, man. I was just, I mean, finding stuff, man. But I have found some Star Wars carded figures a while, like years ago, and I found three, so I put them all on eBay, and I put them at a penny. I put them at a starting. I think it was like a penny or a dollar, right? I put like the lowest, and I said, you know what? Because the lady sold them to me for like a dollar each, man. So I was like, damn. And by the time I put them for 7 days, and all three of them, man, I ended up getting like almost 1,800 for them, man.
Yeah, it's funny. You put stuff up for, like, there's this group in LA called the Halloween Society. They did like, they have sculptor friends and they would sculpt like a very accurate version. So if I had a Maria bust from Metropolis that
Oh,
this wax guy named Henry Alvarez sculpted, and they only made 15 of them. So I got one. And I was like, I'm never going to put this up. So I put it on eBay and it sold. Because I used to sell a lot of stuff to Kirk Hammett, masks and stuff. And so I put it on eBay and it went up to it. I started out at $500, went
yeah.
to 1,000 pretty quick, then went to 2,000 pretty quick, and leveled out at 2,300. It was
Oh,
2,300 for like 6 days because it went up really high the first day, and I was like, damn! But it had like 192 watchers, and I posted it because I came home from a show and I posted it like 1:45 in the morning. I woke up the day on a Sunday when it ended. It was 5,500 it ended at.
Jesus
And
Christ, bro.
so and the guy's like in the bear, I went, oh, hey, man, why don't you just meet somewhere, save you all the shipping, and I don't have to box this damn thing up. Oh, yeah, okay. So I see the guy, I go, I know you. And I go, why didn't you, I go, why don't you just tell me? Because he buys for Kirk. Kirk has all these guys on eBay and all these sites finding
Yeah.
things. I go, this is going to Kirk. He goes, yeah. I go, why didn't you just have Kirk call me? I just gave him, why? I don't know. That was you. And I was like, my picture's on my thing. Oh, sorry, dude. So I just met him at Japantown, just gave it to him. But $5,500, man, that was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, man. I mean, he
'Cause I,
lost out. He could have had it for cheaper, right? Or maybe for a decent price.
well, I
But
mean, I've seen somebody else sold one. I think they sold it for 2,100. That he posted for sale at 2,100. He sold it for 2,100. But I think Kirk really wanted it and wanted to get it away. But it is funny because it had a lot of watchers, but the last 2 hours of bidding, it went from, what was it, 23 to 34, and then 34, it went just to 5,500. Like Kirk's friend and one other guy were bidding on it, like bing, bing, bing. It's like the bids were like every 3 minutes, and then it ended. I guess Kirk probably just put in 10 grand to see what it sells for. And it sold. It went from 50 was 5,485 cents, and then went to 50, and then it went up to 550, and that's where it stopped right there. So
damn,
I was
man.
like, damn.
Wow. Well, I mean, they
I
got
was
that
I was
kind of money.
shocked.
Yeah.
I was
Dude,
shocked.
hell
And I
yeah, dude.
sold
That's a
that.
nice little payday, man. Shit.
Yeah, and I sold that before eBay started really taking fees out. So I think I got feed about $140 all said and done. Plus, I didn't have to ship it, so it
Okay.
saved me another $80. So
Yeah.
because
No,
it's big, you'd have to get a giant box full of popcorn, and so I was just like, hell
oh
with that.
yeah. And then you always gotta risk it getting damaged on the way out there, man. That always
Yeah, I mean,
sucks.
it's rubber. You can kick it across the floor, and nobody will won't do anything. But it was foam filled. But I kind of regretted selling it. But I was just like, it's just going to sit in a box in my storage. So and it's funny because when Kirk did his little Kirk Hammett World of Horror thing, it was on display. I go, hey, that's mine. That
Oh,
mask,
you know,
hey, that
hey.
mask is mine. That mask's mine. That mask's mine. Like, oh,
You know how much you paid for that? You're like,
yeah, it's just kind of cool just seeing it there.
man, that's pretty dope, though, man. And of course, and let me ask you because my question is always, even back when, when I was doing my zine back in the day, man, I would always ask musicians like if there was another instrument that they played like while they're playing the band. I mean, do you guys normally switch up? Do you guys stick to
Well,
your
I only
own?
know how to play bass and I can play drums a bit. I mean, I keep a beat. I was never a great drummer. I can keep a beat, and that's all that really mattered.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Oh, yeah.
barely can play bass. I just taught myself to play Misfit songs, really, because
Damn.
the Teenage Warning it was simple. I wrote some of the songs. The guitar player wrote some of the songs, so it's very simple little chord changes. And I had picked up a bass in like 12 years before I did Plan 9, and I started playing stand up again. I just learned to play stand up for the Misfits songs. I was doing rockabilly stuff too, and then I don't want to do that anymore. It's too much to carry around. And I just relearned to play bass by listening to Misfit songs and playing them. And I learned 30 songs over the course of a weekend.
Damn.
Just listening to them and like, okay, that's how that song goes. Because I had a tab chart. The singer at that time gave me a tab chart. So I just learned them all because I'd sing them and play them as opposed to just playing. So I sang them along. Like in practice, if our singer's not there, I'll sing and play bass. I play bass way better when I'm singing it because that's how I learned it.
Oh, yeah.
Singing
Man.
and playing. And in Plan 9, the Misfit song is a lot of backing vocals. So I'm singing a lot in that band anyway.
Yeah, and I was gonna say too, because when it comes to influence, I mean, of course, when it comes to movies, is there a movie that's like a go-to? I mean, whether it's horror or a classic.
I mean, I like all the Universal monsters. That's what I grew up with, and I like Teenage Werewolf, Teenage Frankenstein. 50s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s is probably my favorite, and then late 60s like Planet of the Apes and some of the other the Hammer Dracula movies and stuff. Saw a lot of those in theater when they came out, so that's
Man, there was a lady in New Braunfels selling a whole bunch of old like 60s and 70s like freaking movie posters, man. She was charging an arm and a leg, but there was a lot of stuff like I hadn't even heard of, but I was like, damn, but it was like Dracula, I mean, it was the
look at like this one, Werewolves on Wheels.
Bro,
you try to buy that now, it's like $500. I bought that for $4. And like original House of Dracula.
Yeah.
That's 1940s. I think I paid $. That one, Curse of the Mummy, I think that was $12. And then Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, and then like El Costello. Because nobody collected in the 70s. That was garbage stuff. Nobody bought that stuff in the 70s, man. Nobody. And you go to like a convention and they'll give you a two for 20. And I was like, all right. Like Sid Terror, he was in a band called The Undead. He's the same way. We're about the same age. We're collecting the same time. We all went to the same conventions here in San Francisco. And there's movie poster shop. Nobody bought that stuff. Classics, what people liked, like 40s, 50s classics, 60s classic stuff. And I bought all of this oddball shit that nobody liked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know a couple of years back, there was a guy he was selling like music. He had a couple of albums. I'm like, hey, well, can I go through this box? Because he had this box under his table. And as soon as I take the lid off, man, it was like the whole freaking box full of lobby posters. Like all the 60s, 70s stuff, man. And I was like, holy crap. Yeah. And I'm like, it's original? And he was like, yeah, it's just old stuff that I've had. And I'm like, well,
I bought the Crimson Ghost poster and because chapter 1 of Crimson Ghost had 8 cards. Yeah. And after that, they didn't do 8, they did 4. And the guy had the entire set he had all these serials, right? And nobody, it was prior to the Misfits. Actually, it was prior to the Misfits period, because I think I was 14. Yeah. And he used to have a show here called PMA Show, which was antique cars, antique furniture, toys.
Oh yeah.
And weird stuff like posters and just like Art Deco stuff. I remember he goes, well, you know, if you want the poster, I think he said 40 for the poster and the lobby cards. And I had to ask him, we got 40 bucks. What are you going to do with those? I said, hang them up. And I begrudgingly bothered her for hours until she gave me the money for them, but I got all of them. And that
Damn.
poster is probably worth $500, but the lobby
Yeah.
cards are very cool.
Yeah.
And I have
No,
one
yeah.
signed by Linda Sterling, who was the chick in it, and then Buster Crabbe was one of the detectives. I met them
Damn,
both separately at shows and have them sign it and stuff. But
dude.
yeah, I mean, I got stacks of old, you know, 40s, 50s, 60s oddball, like a lot of biker movie stuff, a lot of Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee, all the Bruce Lee ripoff
Yeah.
movies.
I was gonna say all the
Movie
knockoff
posters,
bootlegs.
movie posters were so cheap at that time, man. You just go anywhere, buy them. A lot of people just give them to you. I don't want you know,
Yeah.
go to a theater. I don't want it. Here, take it. I
I
used to go to
know, man.
Chase Theater in
Every
Chinatown,
once in
and
a
they'll just
while,
give
I
them
get
to me.
lucky.
Yeah, they're still around. Like Ed Neal from Texas Chainsaw, he would always sell it because his movie poster deal. He'd come to San Francisco and sell at the shows here. And I bought a few things. Actually, I bought that Curse of the Mummy from, or Mummy's Curse off him. I think that time he charged me $50 for it. I was like, oh, that's like 2 days of work. So don't buy it then, man. I was like, oh, I'll buy it.
Oh man, no, dude. I mean, obviously, definitely those are all classics, man. Because I have a lot of 80s and 90s like hard posters, man, and a lot of them, for those that don't know, of course, they used to fold them back in the day, right? Because that's how they used to mail them. So a lot of them have creases and stuff, but that's how I know they're originals, man. Sure.
Yeah, only a few are rolled. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I think a lot of times, I know at some points people had that same debate. Well, it's folded, not real, but there was times when was a thing called Movie United Distributor, and they're the ones who supply all the advertisement, and they would sometimes send posters. Like I have Planet of the Apes, Beneath Planet of the Apes rolled. They came in a tube to the distributor, to whoever. And I go, this isn't original. And the guy's like, yeah, it's original. I go, it's not original. It's not full. He goes, they're not. And then he schooled me on it, right? So me being, like a 14-year-old busybody, I went through the yellow pages and trying to find the name of the place. So I called the theater, and they're like, so I went in there and bothered the manager. I go, so where do the movie posters come from? Oh, I forgot what it was called. I'm going to say United Movie Distributors, but it's not. It's called something else. And so, they're based out of, I think like in Glendale or something. So I call, operator. I got a hold of him, and I just asked him. I go, oh yeah, I'm gonna open up a theater here I was living in Oakland at the time. Yeah, I'm gonna open a theater here. So how do I get movie posters? Well, you have to set up an account with blah 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 blah. And I said, do movie posters come rolled or folded? He goes, well, it depends how you want them. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, some people want them folded because you can ship them just like 5 in an envelope. And other distributors want them rolled out so they can slide them into the window screens. If they're folded, they always do this, trying to go in. But if they're rolled, you can just slide them in flat.
Makes sense.
And because I never really, a kid, you don't notice things like that. And I was like, son of a bitch. I went back and bought them from him. And I go, yeah. And my mom's all like, what is this $1.14 charge on the phone for? I was like, who do you know in LA? And I told the whole story. She's all, whap.
Dude, I was gonna say that was a lot of work too back then, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's just industrious, but it just bothered me. I go, that dude is ripping me off. No, I'm not paying for that.
Yeah,
sure enough, it was real. I still have the posters still rolled up.
Yeah, I actually have a few. I think I got 2 of them that have the official mailing. Like it was a theater here back in the 80s too. So I was like, man, I just kept it on there. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, there's people who take their posters to be restored and take out the creases. They're like linen backed. Linen back preserves them, but it's not the poster anymore. It's like melded to vinyl or to linen. Ed Neal had a Invasion of the Saucer Man 4 sheet, which a 4 sheet is 4 by 6 foot. And it was stuck. It looked brand new and it was stuck to linen. And I'm like, hey, what is this, a flag? He goes, no, it's the poster. It's linen backed. I was like, why would you linen back? Oh, it preserves it. And I go, then it's not really the poster anymore because it's compromised. And I sat there like talking to him about it. And some people want them linen back so it lasts forever. Other people then it's not the poster anymore. It's just glued onto something else. So
no, yeah, man. And it's kind of like with me, like back when I used to collect action figures, man, if I found them carded, I used to hate that they used to take off the original price tags because you can see
I hate that.
And I would tell them, and I'm like, dude, who did? Oh, well, I took the prices off, and I'm like, why would you do that, bro? Like, I mean, because you thought, oh, they were $2.99 and I'm selling them for 15, and I'm like, dude, like, you don't have to. That like
I just
ruined it
take
for
a
me. So I
blow
just
dryer to them. I heat up the sticker,
yeah,
peel it right off.
no, yeah. So that was always my
Other people
thing.
like
It's like,
rip.
yeah, yeah, because it freaking tears the damn package and everything else. But I
Yeah.
was just like, man, that was like my little thing where if I would see that, I wouldn't buy them. I'm like, man, I'm just
Yeah, I
just
have
leave it
like
on there.
old Aurora model kits. When I was a kid, I built like actually all these models are all the ones I built when I was a kid, and then like this. Whoop, no, that fell off. Like this mummy, I built this when I was like 12, and
No way,
I
man.
painted like garbage. So I took all the paint off and then repainted it to look more like what it should. So I just got one day I
Damn.
just got all weirded out and decided to repaint. I painted all of them except for the Dr. Jekyll and the Hunchback. Only two I haven't painted. That's why those ones look like a 5-year-old painted them. I just left a couple
Damn.
of them. I just left a couple of them as they were because that's how they looked when I was a kid.
And you've had those since you were 12?
Uh, I got that one on my 12th birthday, along with this one. Mummy, I got. They're all. I got them all in the 70s.
Yeah,
Like I
and
got
I
them
was gonna
all.
say, man, that's like, damn, that's pretty dope. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and all the model kits still have the King Norman Toys label on them. I kept all the labels on them,
Oh
on the
yeah, dude.
boxes. So I have all the original boxes, but my mom collected antiques. So I think I got my collecting bug through her, so that's why I kept everything. Like the creature up there, I blew it up once with a blow up. I shot it with a BB gun. Put a hole in. My mom just took it. Yeah, you're not gonna get this anymore. And then years later, my mom died. I was like, one of the things I want to do is find and I found it. So I just patched the hole. He had a hole right here, went all the way through. So I patched the
Damn.
hole. But and he's like, oh, I'm gonna repaint it anyway. So I just patched it and put it back together.
No, dude, that's pretty dope, man. Damn. And man, and let me ask you, I mean, with the rest of the band, I mean, I'm sure you know them well enough, man. And do any of them collect as well?
Mike, your drummer, does. He's huge into WWF figures. I don't know anything about WWF figures, but he collects like the really rare ones, and he trades and sells and does all that with people. Dave, the guitar player, no. The
Nothing.
singer, I don't know what he collects. Deer signs or something. I honestly don't know what he collects. We never really talked about it. I know I lived with Dave, so I know he doesn't collect
Okay.
anything. But me and Mikey are collectors. Like he's never even come to my house and seen half the junk I got. So,
Bro, he's gonna want to take half that stuff home, man. A lot of cool stuff,
yeah,
man.
he doesn't really collect the same thing. I collect monster stuff and like Japanese monster stuff. He doesn't really collect that stuff. He collects WWF and stuff. So,
Man, wrestling, dude. What era, man? I wonder if he does the Attitude Era.
he does all of it. I don't know that I stopped watching. I think 82 was the last time I watched wrestling. But he's a little younger than me, so he watched all the 80s, 90s stuff and current stuff, I guess. But yeah, I don't know anything about it. I used to work for this wrestling TV show, and I had to interview some of the wrestlers I knew nothing about except for Honky Tonk Man. So I had my big pump, and then so I interviewed him, and we got a picture like head to head with our palms. So he's a super nice guy. We were just talking about band and rockabilly and stuff, and super nice guy, man.
Dude, that's cool, man. I've actually
The only wrestling figure I bought was Honky Tonk Man, and I have him sign it. That's the only wrestling figure I ever bought.
Only because of that day or what?
No, just because I just liked him. It's like the Elvis thing and all that.
Elvis impersonator, or he
Yeah,
definitely played it well, man. I
himself.
know I've met a few wrestlers here at conventions. I've actually been able to interview, and the $1 Million Man was here a while back. One of
Nice.
the Bushwhackers was
DiBiase.
here. Yeah. But it was a lot of cool people, man. So yeah, I'm a fan. I mean, I stopped watching in the '90s, but I mean, '80s and '90s was definitely the best times for myself. I know people are still watching.
I worked at this one place around 2000. The secretary swore wrestling's real, and like I was just joking. It was like Hulk Hogan, some match. Like, oh, Hulk Hogan's gonna win, because he's popular and it's scripted. And she was like, I thought she was messing. Like, oh, it's fake. And she hated me for that. And then her friend at work, who's the other secretary, goes, dude, you need to lay off the wrestling, man. I go, what do you mean? She goes, she thinks it's real. And I went, oh man, I felt so bad. And she never talked to me again. She's like, "Ah, screw you, man."
You, that's funny, bro. My man. Well, bro, I mean, of course, you're going to be joining the rest of the guys out there this weekend.
Tomorrow
I mean,
morning or tomorrow afternoon.
and of course, you guys are going to be out there being tourists. You're going to be hitting the town, hanging out.
Well, we're getting there at 5 tomorrow, so I think we're just going to get barbecue and go to Guitar Center to get some drumsticks for Mikey. And Saturday, I think we're going to do breakfast with Mikey's family, and then we're gonna go to the gym, and then we got to do sound check, all in that order.
Damn. So his family's out there in Austin?
He has some, I think his sister is somebody's out there. He's got some family in Austin, so I guess we're gonna do breakfast. I mean, we're not doing anything super exciting. The singer guitar player went out today, so they're out doing exciting touristy things. Me and Mike are just gonna hang out because we're staying right by the club, so we're probably just gonna Uber somewhere to eat, Guitar Center, go back, go to the gym.
Nice.
Nothing, and we're flying out Saturday morning, so it's only actually there a full day and a half. So
no, for sure, man. And of course, this is going to be.
We'll be back to be playing. Trying to play multiple shows. Oh, my laptop battery's about to crap out in like 4 minutes. Shit. It says.
No, we're good, man. We're good. Well, of course, I just wanted to plug that in, my man. I had a great conversation. Yeah. Looking forward to having you, bro. I gotta find out about more of this collectibles, man.
Are you going to the show or not?
I'm gonna try to. If I film Saturday, I'm gonna see if I can schedule it to where I can stay out there because I'll be filming in Austin Saturday all day. But if I can get out there and hang out with you guys on a Friday, man.
Yeah, it'd be cool, man.
That'd be great. But I appreciate you for jumping on here. I wish you guys the best, travels, and I'll be bringing you back, man.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
Ooh, thank you, brother. Talk soon.
Thanks, everybody. All right,
man. Everybody out there, make it out, guys. Make it out to tomorrow, Austin, Texas. Plan 9.
We'll have merch, CDs, records, T-shirts, blah, 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 blah.
Nice, bro. Nice, bro. Well, I appreciate you, brother. Don't hang up yet. Everybody out there, once again, Spider here. Working Class Nobody Zine. Till next time.